Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as a Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the dangers of mirrors. Now, some of you will flat out dismiss, it's like you dismiss other new information that might kind of trigger you or make you kind of think about things, but mirrors are extremely dangerous. A lot of you actually do know about mirrors, but mirrors are flat out portals. I don't care what anyone says, mirrors are portals. Regardless of if you're spiritual or if you don't believe in anything spiritual at all, when you look into a mirror, you're looking into a portal. This is going to be an interesting video. I'll share at some point in this video. I'll share my mirror story. Yeah, but basically, mirrors are not healthy. Now you need mirrors to basically look at yourself and then get ready if you're going out somewhere, making sure you look okay, making sure you don't have food on your face. Okay, yeah, maybe you're getting ready, you look in the mirror, yeah, you're good. You leave the house, cool. But some of you actually think this is normal. Some of you actually look in the mirror too long and things start to happen. What does that mean? Now, there's different audiences in this video. There's an audience who looks in the mirror very briefly and who knows about mirrors, and there's the audience who just kind of looks in the mirror for too long. I'm gonna let you know right now, when you're looking at the mirror, you're not just looking at yourself. There are several entities looking at you through the mirror, including yourself. That mirror is, first of all, it's a portal to yourself. Now you get to see yourself. But guess what? We're never alone. We're surrounded by everything. The spirit realm is very, very connected, especially when it comes to mirrors. Now, what exactly is a portal to begin with in the first place? Basically, a portal is a buildup of energy that creates a gateway for spirits to go through, for lower level beings to go through. Not angels, but angels don't need to be going through mirrors because they're beings of light. But ancestors can go through mirrors, dark spirits, and worse, can go through mirrors. Basically, when you look at a mirror for so long, a lot of you are actually doing this. You'll look into the mirror, it'll be a minute goes by, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Now you're starting to notice things that you don't like about yourself. You didn't really care before until you saw the mirror, but now you're starting to question things. You're like, I have this little, look, I have a little zit right here. I'm gonna use myself as an example because the phone is somewhat of a mirror, like, oh. And yeah, I'm gonna use myself as an example. Oh, look at the zit. I wonder how many people have seen the zit. I wonder if like this zit is like, I wonder if it's affecting my appearance. I wonder if other people are noticing it. You guys didn't notice I had a zit until I just told you. That's from too much chocolate on my cheat day. But what about this zit? Like, what do I do about the zit? And you'll start touching it. You'll start rubbing it. You'll start looking at yourself. You'll start seeing other things. Like, let me see if I can find a zit over here. Oh, I have like a bump. Is that turning into a zit? And then even for something minor, a lot of you do that. A lot of you actually do that, but that actually turns into something compulsive. Some of you might do it in a different manner. So you look into the mirror and you'll be like, I think I gained a little weight, or I think I lost too much weight. I think I'm skinny. I think I'm fat. I wonder if other people think about that. Like, maybe that's why I'm lonely. Maybe this is why I haven't found someone yet, is because people might perceive me as that. And this can go on and on. It can be about anything. It's like, oh, like same thing with hair. Like, I wonder if this side looks longer than this side, or just, and you guys will tear apart yourselves in the mirror, and you'll think it's normal. Society thinks that it's normal to teach that we have to worry about our appearance to a point where we're basically flipping out about it, to the point where people are getting all these different plastic surgeries. And this is how it begins. It starts in the mirror. It starts in the mirror. You open the portal to seeing yourself, for one. Now, on top of that, if you ever fold a mirror into seeing different mirrors, there's 100,000 versions of you. Yeah. Parallel dimensions is a thing, and you're basically kind of gazing into that. You're seeing 100 billion different versions of you, and yeah, there's 100 billion different versions of us, but I'm not going to dive into that in this video. And several other things are watching you through the video. Not the video. Just checked it said video at the top of the screen. Okay. Several other things are basically watching you. So when you look into a mirror, some of you might start getting anxious. Some of you might start getting fearful. Some of you might start getting insecure or just not feeling good, or just maybe you don't like how you look, or just even if you do like how you look, maybe you want to make yourself look better. And just the mirror opens a giant gateway, starting with your insecurity, and then you start leaking energy. And lo and behold, what did I say? What a portal starts with? What exactly is a portal? How does a portal form? It starts with energy. Everything's energy. Remember that. So when you're looking into the mirror and you're giving the mirror attention, remember that's a piece of glass that's reflective. You just gave your energy to that reflective piece of glass, adding to the portal. A mirror was a portal on its own to that, but now you invited other things in. So a lot of you, and once you start getting more sensitive to spirits and beings of just, when you can start to tell a being of darkness is around or kind of watches, is when you look in the mirror, you might feel kind of like a split second of dizziness, or you might feel like a very warm feeling. You'll start feeling really cool. You'll start feeling very disturbing chills. And this is for the people who are more spiritually open. It means something just came through. Something just came through and attached itself to you. Yeah. That's why I don't recommend people doing all these different mirror magics and stuff like that. Yeah, you're really messing with something you don't really know you're messing with. A lot of times with mirror magic, people have such an ego to the point where they can't admit that they don't really know something, to the point where they dabble with something, they think they're doing something that they're not doing, and it actually comes back on them without them even knowing it's coming back on them, if that makes sense. And it doesn't go away until they stop. But mirrors are very, very dangerous in the fact that you're inviting in other entities through the mirror portal. You started with yourself, you're looking at something else, everything else is observing you, and it just starts growing on you. Maybe that zit you saw, you rubbed, now it's a bigger zit, now you're worrying about it. Maybe you're just freaking out because you're seeing stuff that other people haven't even noticed, and you're making them notice it just by your own energetic field, noticing it. When you look at an atom, it knows it's being looked at. Same thing with the mirror. But a lot of you will have nothing but anxiety, depression, just dark thoughts, and then the bad thoughts will start to roll in. So the longer you look into the mirror, you will start to get bad thoughts. That's where it starts, because if a little tiny entity, a little dark entity is in the mirror and it came through, it's like, okay, cool, I just came through. The first way it's going to attach itself to you is by giving you bad thoughts, and you don't even know any better. Sometimes some of you don't even know a dark entity is giving you bad thoughts, and you'll think they're your own bad thoughts, and you think you're gonna go crazy, and now you're worrying about, just like you're having these bad thoughts in your head, you're getting hot and frustrated, and you're just you're agitated, and maybe something pops up in your day, maybe you have to do this and you didn't really know you had to do it. Now you're frustrated and you're just carrying that through your day, and it actually gets worse, because then you start losing your energy, you start getting drained, all because you were just looking in the mirror for too long, and that created a portal. Now there's a few other things too. If you have mirrors in your bedroom and they're looking at your bed, your sleep's gonna get tampered with. Yeah, some of you are like, oh, I already have portals in my bedroom. Well, if someone's doing any kind of magic on you, the easiest way for them to get to you is through a portal. Different lower level entities that like to spy can only do it through a mirror. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but like when someone's doing a tarot reading on you and they're sending entities after you to try to get information, most likely they're looking through a mirror to try to get information from you, because all the other portals in your house might not be there, might be closed, but you have a mirror open that's just an active portal already with energy in it, and people are reading your energy against you and of you just through the mirror. Remember, it's a window, it's a portal, it's a gateway. There's a few things you can actually do to close this mirror. I don't suggest you have a ton of mirrors in your bedroom. People are like, oh, well, I'll get to the gazing part later, because some people are like, oh, how am I supposed to open my third eye if I can't look in the mirror? Well, there's different, safer ways that you can do it. Mirrors can be protective when you're facing them at people who are negative. So if you have a neighbor, you can just put a mirror, like I've done this before when I had a troublesome neighbor and they just got all their negativity bounced back at them. But you could just place a mirror in the wall facing them, and their negative energy just goes back to them because they sent energy to you that was an already active open portal, and it just got sent straight back to them because anything that's reflective bounces stuff off. You can see that with crystals such as Tiger's Eye and crystals such as Black Hypersine, etc. But the best way to close a mirror portal is, well, the first thing ever to avoid this, to avoid evil spirits coming through the mirror at you, stop staring in the mirror. You have to address that's a problem. That's not normal. I will teach certain methods. I used to teach certain methods, but some of you abuse it. If you go in the mirror and you cannot help staring at yourself, you can take a dry erase marker and write 7 words in the mirror that are really nice about yourself, or things that you want to become, going clockwise, and that takes the attention off of your appearance in the mirror, and it puts the attention on the words, which it's better than looking at yourself, but still you're not gazing at it, you're not staring at it, and that's that. One way you can clean a mirror is you can take ammonia and you can wipe down the mirror. You can also do clean. Some of the mirror sprays already have ammonia in it. That's perfect and wonderful. You can use Florida water just to close the mirror. It's not going to last as long as ammonia. You can wipe the mirror down with Hing asafoetida. You can use garlic essential oil or some garlic to wipe down the mirror. You make sure you use a small amount, or also create streaks, because I've done this. At one time I was just like, I'm going to put all the garlic in the mirror, and then I wiped it down. Now, for people who want to open their spiritual abilities, maybe you saw something on TikTok full of misinformation. TikTok is nothing but just tons of people making stuff up, just getting it by. Like, oh, this is how you open your psychic abilities. You look into a mirror, and then you stare at it until you see other people. I'm like, you're really hurting people just by teaching that. But no, if you want to use a mirror, and I've actually done mirror stuff back then where things that came out of the mirror and I've gotten stuck. I'll tell you my little story now because I said I would tell it. So basically, when I was in my aunt's house, she has a massive mirror. This was when I was way younger. And I thought the mirror was so interesting. It was beautiful. It was like the biggest mirror I've seen. It's like one of the most ancient mirrors, like just a very interesting, fascinating mirror. And I'm like, and I was young. I was very young. And I was like, what's wrong with the mirror? And I was just looking at it and like looking at myself. And I was there for more than 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And I kept looking at myself and I'm like, this is cool. I get to look at myself in the mirror. Like this is, like I can see my full reflection. I can see everything. It's like another world in the mirror, right? And I kept looking and I kept looking. I'm like, oh, this is so interesting. This is so fascinating. I'm like, wow, look at this. It's just like, it looks like I'm looking into another dimension. I just decided to like look at myself in the eye for a good 30 seconds. Maybe some of you, because I've actually heard some of you tell me the same experiences, but I looked at myself in the mirror for 30 seconds and I went to take a deep breath in and I couldn't take a breath in. I felt stuck. And when I was looking at the other side of the mirror, I could feel myself on the other side of the mirror, but I couldn't move myself from where I was standing. And it was as if I crossed over into the mirror, which technically I did astrally cross over into the other side of the mirror, but I couldn't move either side and I couldn't take a breath in. I freaked out. I was a kid. My guides must have came and saved me because I got my breath back up and I went, and I just backed up and it got really dizzy and I started seeing stars. I'm like, what in the world was that? And then that's one way I know that a lot of you guys are really hurting yourself, because if you gaze into your mirror, if you gaze into the mirror is going to gaze back. And the mirror, there is no spirit of light. There is no good spirit. There's nothing good. No being of light, no angel, anything that's good. Only very dark entities are able to cross through and look at you through a mirror. Yeah, a lot of you look in the mirror on a daily basis. You guys will pick up different, very bad characteristics. I'm not gonna say any major words. Like sometimes you guys want to, you're like, explain about narcissists. I'm not gonna do that in this video. Like, talk about that. Not in this video. So this video is basically making you very aware about the power and the scary power that mirrors have. Like I said, I give you a few ways to close them off. If you actually want to mirror gaze in a healthy way, you can take a bowl of water. You can do a black bowl of water. You can put water that you pray over in it and just look into it, and then you'll start seeing your ancestors and other stuff after a period of time. You might start seeing other visions or anything like that. You can also use obsidian. After you cleanse and clean obsidian, you can use Palo Santo on the obsidian. You can put the obsidian next to selenite before you use it, and you look into the obsidian, and you'll see your subconscious mind will be projected, and that's a healthy way to do it because obsidian's already amplifying and releasing negative energy to be sent back so that nothing's coming through that the black obsidian. And nothing dark was going to come through the obsidian because obsidian's a protector. The bowl of water, water can be programmed to do almost anything. I'll make another video about that too, but just make sure you guys are not staring in the mirrors. I've seen people become other people just by spending and using. You notice how I say spending too much time in the mirror. You're spending energy that you're not going to get back. I see people in the mirror like just playing with the mirror all the time. Like, look, I'm going to give you another example because I like using myself as an example. I'm secure to the point where I don't even mind messing my hair up. But let's say like, oh, I wonder if my hair is okay. Like I wonder, I don't know, is my hair better? I wonder if other people are gonna, I don't know if this is like, I wonder what people are going to think. And like, maybe my hair is better this way or just like, and then a lot of you, and I see people do this all the time where you actually, and I don't really mind. I have crystals all up in my hair in every different section. You guys can't really see them, but I just have crystals everywhere in my hair. So it's not going to bother me if I just have 100,000 crystals being pulled out my hair on camera. I don't mind. I just like showing you guys stuff. Like I even have big ones, small ones, but the main purpose, some of them are in there good. So Lemurian seed. There's a bunch more in there. I'm not going to pull them out on video, but just be very careful about mirrors. If you see a friend or a family member staring into the mirror, tell them, hey, that's not healthy. That's really, really not unbecoming of you, and it's going to put you in a dark place. A lot of times when people are flat out insecure, they'll look into the mirror and they'll find other insecurities. Like I said, that'll snowball into something else. Stay out of the mirror the best you can. Limit your time in the mirror. If you're spending more than a minute at a time in the mirror, it's just like, I mean, to get ready is one thing, but if you're just staring in the mirror all the time, that's a problem, and I'm going to tell you that right now. There's nothing normal about that. You don't need to look in the mirror all the time to get through your day. Here's a little secret for the people who are actually insecure, because some of you will be like, look in the mirror all day and night long and then still be insecure. I'll tell you one thing right now. I have a whole bunch of crystals in there, don't mind me. But one thing you can do, and I should teach this tomorrow, is something called psychic projection. So basically anything you believe as strongly as you do in your mind is actually going to manifest into reality to other people seeing you in that way. So basically, one thing you can do is, even if you want to look taller, like maybe if you have a zit, like my zit's gone, remember? It's still there. The thing is, once you project yourself to being so confident and to just basically, you're so comfortable and secure with how you look to the point where everyone's gonna feel that and sense that. And even if you have a zit on your face, even if you have a zit over here or over there, or just stuff in your hair, people are not even gonna notice it because you're putting off such an energy that just kind of overrides it, and it doesn't matter. The second you start questioning it is when other people are gonna basically, because remember, telepathy. We all have messages in our mind, so people will start noticing. If you start noticing bad stuff about yourself, it's going to make them uncomfortable. It's just like you put off an energy that other people can receive. So put off an energy of confidence. I don't want to say fake it till you make it, but same thing with confidence. Once you're confident and you're 100% in who you are and 100% in your appearance, you won't need to be staring into mirrors for more than 3 minutes. And that's that. This is a very, very informational video on mirrors. I really hope I do help some of you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment sections. Until then, I will see you next time. Ciao!